Hi Aquarius, Happy New Year guys! Welcome to your first weekly reading with me, Cindy, for 2020 or 2020. How you doing? Oh, check it out. I got a new background. What do you think? Isn't it beautiful? This is my chakra girl who sits behind me. So my little niece, who's only 4, gave it to me for Christmas. So I'm like, it's got to be part of my life then. When a little girl gives you such a beautiful gift, you have to make it part of your life, correct? And so I have. So that's what is my background now. I'm thinking I could do my videos anywhere and you wouldn't know, would you? There you go. So Aquarius, this is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Feeling very oracly. And a deck that I used to use a bit a while ago, and I haven't used it in quite some time. I pulled away from it, and for whatever reason, you know, stuff happens. You just feel the need. And this deck has really been calling to me the last little while, and I actually spent the 2 weeks that I was off. You guys were watching videos, but they were all pre-recorded, so I was off, but I actually spent a lot of time with this deck. And it's the Fairies Oracle. There's a lot of incredible messages, really, in this deck. So we're going to start with this. And I'm going to see where it goes with you. I'm also going to use, oh yeah, I like this. Return of Spirit from Cheryl Harnish. I hope I'm getting that right. I'm going to use her deck, and I might pull out some tarot cards. So I'm really looking for deeper messages here for you guys on your journey as you are moving forward. So let's see what we get here, what comes out. Got just 2. You got 2 cards. Oh wait, and I have a little, my little namaste, not a little mug, it's a big mug, my namaste mug. I love it. I've always wanted a big tea mug. The only thing I find is because it has such a large surface area, your drink actually cools off very quickly. So it's not as practical as it looks, but it's nice to hold. Okay, so you have Geo the Slow and the Loom. Oh, this is interesting. Number 43 and number 30. Here, I'll hold each one up individually for you. It's going to focus. Sometimes it has trouble focusing on, I love this card. When I see this one and there's another one that's a little bit similar to this one in the deck, it reminds me of very earthy energy, very slow moving energy, and it is Geo the Slow. And then the next one is the Loom. The Loom? Let's say the Loom. Beautiful artwork. So this is all fairy energy. This is, to me, this is very old earthly energies that play out around us. With Geo the Slow, this little guy is pretty cool. You can see like he's down in the woods, he's down in the leaves. He's just observing life, observing everything going by. And one of the things he observes a lot of are people. People always in a rush to do, people doing. And he doesn't understand that because like they're not human doings, they're human beings. Why are they not just being? Why are they not just, you know, enjoying all the little things in life? And usually when this card comes out, it's kind of saying that there's probably something you're trying to push towards. You're trying to make the energies move faster for you. There's something that you want, that you desire. You're almost like you're trying to push the river itself. You know, instead of just allowing the river to take you to it, you're trying to push the river itself. And by doing that, you're missing the now. You're missing the now, and in the now is often little clues and little opportunities that are going to help you succeed with whatever it is you're trying to push the river to. So you may miss those, and by doing that, you may miss your opportunity, or in a way, it takes longer for what it is that you're trying to work towards to actually come to you. Being in the now and being in the moment is really about not projecting, right? Like not projecting what you want, what you desire onto anything. It's just living in it and seeing, do I enjoy this moment? Do I enjoy this situation? If you're sitting and you're talking with someone, like really absorb the energy of that situation. Really try to think about what it is they're saying instead of thinking, you know what, when I finish this conversation, I need to go over here and I need to do this. Like really be in the moment. Really practice being a human being and not such a human doing. And you know, Aquarius is a very active sign to me. Aquarius is very busy, and yet when I look at the loam as well that's come out here, this is about giving and receiving in its fullest form. And you look at how tattered this fairy's wings are, because she has given to the point that it's almost painful. So this is the interesting message with this card. It's about giving to that point. And when I put these two cards together for you, I really get the message that the universe is asking you to be in the moment so fully that yes, at some points it may be painful. You may be stuck in a conversation with someone that, you know, it's like I couldn't care less about what this person thinks or has to say, or I got other stuff I've got to do. But just hold on. Just even giving yourself to that conversation, allowing it to go where it needs to go without trying to rush it or force it. In a more general sense, the loam is about, it's about volunteering. I mean, it really is. If you want to, it's, you know, it's about taking that opportunity to cut your neighbor's lawn. If there's an elderly person, or where we are, there's lots of snow, take the opportunity to go and shovel your neighbor's driveway, sidewalk. You know, that pay it forward. You know, if you're going through a drive-through of a Tim Hortons or a Starbucks, pay for the people behind you. And that's in the more general sense of this card. But don't forget to receive. And that's what's going to come to you. Because if you are giving in the moment that you are in right now, you will receive in that moment and in the next moment, like tenfold. The universe will always pay you back. The energy always has to come full circle for you. I really think it's interesting too how these two cards are sitting. Geo the Slow is looking at the loam, and she's looking off into the distance. They're both looking, they're both being, are they not? They're both being. They're not in active energy. They're both being. Even when you're just in a situation and you're just in the moment, you are energized in that sense. When we decide to actively release our energy or actively hold on to it, it's the same. It's the same. You're just going to get a different result. How much of yourself are you really putting into that moment, right? How much of yourself are you really putting into that moment and allowing it to grow so that the universe can deliver to you tidbits? I really feel like the universe wants to deliver tidbits to you. Whatever those tidbits are, whether they're little bits of information, little bits of opportunity, little bits of connection with other people by being in that moment. And that leads you to what it is you've been trying to push the river towards. It will take you there. The tidbits will take you there. Follow the trail, right? I feel like you're trying to blaze your own trail, which is great. But there's some little things along the way that the universe has left for you to find and to explore, so that you will once you find your own way, that's the greatest accomplishment, right? Is allowing the universe to deliver these tidbits to you, these opportunities, these little sparks of information, and deciding whether you want to take that or not. That's how you actually really start to engage in life, in having the ability to choose your destiny, because we all do. There's, I always say that there's like a portal up there and it's something that's meant for you. It absolutely is. But do you choose to take the path to it in this lifetime? You can or you don't. Like, that's totally up to you. But if you're forcing it, and driving it, I've got to get this, I've got to get to this point, I need to accomplish this right now. It reminds me a lot, actually, of a company that I worked for a long time ago. And I'm sorry for any of my Scottish friends, but we had this, we're in Canada, I'm in Canada, and this new president of the company came over, and he was from Scotland, and God, this guy's name was Roddy. He was an asshole. Oh my God, this guy was an asshole. But anyway, so he was so hell-bent on accomplishing certain things. He needed to make certain quotas. He needed to drive sales up. He needed to production to be like, I watched him. And this is me like coming out of college, watching this person who's older than me, should know what they're doing. And I was just watching him thinking he's not accomplishing anything because all he's doing is driving himself to his goal. He isn't looking at any of the steps to get to the goal. He's just looking at the goal. That's what we're getting. And he wasn't getting anywhere. For one thing, he was bringing a whole work ethic from Scotland that wasn't working here. We're like, you know what, buddy? It ain't for queen and country here. We don't care. But he brought that attitude. He didn't live in the moment and absorb and learn from what was around him. He was just driven to the goal. That was it. And I don't think he really accomplished it. He really never accomplished it. But I could see, like, I guess because I was outside of the box, I didn't have the pressure on me to accomplish what it was that he needed to do, right? That too. But he really could have accomplished so much, I thought, if he had just looked at the steps that were required to get to the goal. So don't focus so much on the goal. They always say it's the journey, right? It's the journey getting there, which is also the destination in itself. So now I want to go to Cheryl's deck, Return of Spirit, and see what comes out for you. Wow, that came out so fast. This is, I can't believe it. Wow, you got the namesake of the deck came out for you. Return of Spirit, just as I said here. Oh my goodness. Whew, wow, look at the light and look at how it moves around, and it's, you know, the heart. There's so much information in this card that I get. The beauty, it's very ornate. It's very unique energy that comes towards you. It's not just source spirit, but it is your spirit. Like when you're a human doing, you're really being driven a lot by your ego. I want to say your desires, but your desires, if utilized in a really beneficial way to yourself, in a very holistic way, if your desires are utilized in a very holistic way, you are connected to your deeper self and you kind of know what it is that you want and you're using that to drive you. Whereas if you're being more of a human doing, you are allowing the ego to drive the desires. And when that happens, we miss the opportunities, because we miss the opportunities to be humble in a situation where someone is just, you know, like, I get it all the time. You probably do it. Like, you're in a rush, there's something you got to do, and there's this older person or somebody who just doesn't have a lot of people to talk to, and they just need to talk to someone. Like, I gotta go. Just, you know what? Just let it go. This is what the universe is telling you guys right now. Let it go. Let your spirit start speaking to you. Connect here. There's a connection that wants to occur for you, Aquarius. And it is your deeper self communicating to you. So you can hear yourself again. You really just need to hear yourself again. And I feel like with the tidbits of information that want to come to you with this Geo the Slow, that these are tidbits of information that your soul sort of knows as part of the journey. But it's always the battle, right? The deeper self and the ego. How do we shut that ego down? We need the ego, you know, to keep us safe, to keep us from doing really stupid things. But most of the time, I mean, the world that we live in now, most of us that are living in a safe environment, you know, we don't need so much of that ego. And it is an opportunity to communicate with our deeper selves, Aquarius. And it really feels like that's what the universe wants to do with you right now. I'm going to pull out 5 tarot cards here. I'm going to pull out 5. And let's see where this goes for you. There's tidbits of information waiting to be discovered by you to reach what it is that you want to get to. There really is. And your spirit, it's something, you know what, come on. It's something that's coming up in a reading. The Return of Spirit card came out for you. So it's something fairly significant. One card has come out. Quite. Second card has come out. With the cards that are coming out, wow. I feel like a part of what you're trying to race towards is not so much what you're trying to race towards, it's what you're trying to race away from. One more. One more, Aquarius. Woo! Oh, wow. All right. So what we have here, Aquarius, is interesting. And it does feel like it's something you're trying to race towards. However, the universe is telling you that you're going to, or race away from. It's something that you're trying to race away from. There's a little bit more to be discovered on this journey for whatever you're trying to race away from. So we have, I'll show you each card and then I'm going to tell you what message that I'm getting for you. We have the Seven of Wands. The Three of Swords. The Ace of Swords. The Two of Wands. And then the Five of Coins or Pentacles. Interesting energy. We've got Taurus, Aries, Libra, Leo. And then with the Ace of Swords, I'm feeling this is you. This is you, and it's right in the middle. It's the third one out of the five. There's two on either side. So, on the first part, on the first side of your Ace of Swords, is where you have the Seven of Wands and the Three of Swords. And this is what I feel like you're trying to race away from. I feel like you're trying to race away from a situation that, you know, has left you feeling very defensive, very confused about where you stand, and leaving you in heartbreak, leaving you in disappointment, leaving you in sadness. And I feel, though, almost as if you're protecting your heart from really feeling this. I really feel like that, Aquarius. I really feel like you're protecting your heart from feeling this Three of Swords. You're putting on a good front, but I feel like that there's a lot of pain there that actually needs to come out. There's a lot of pain that needs to be released. And this is part of why you shouldn't be racing away from it. I feel like there needs to be a full release here with this Seven of Wands and this Three of Swords. It really needs to be released. And within you, then, is the Ace of Swords. This is your beginning. And I feel that the universe, this fairy energy is telling you, Aquarius, this new beginning is here and it's waiting for you. But there needs to be a release. We need to have the opportunity for release. And I feel almost by the message that you're being so much more of a human doing than a human being is because you may be in situations where you stop for a moment, you're in a conversation, or you're not allowing yourself to be still because that's when it feels like the pain is creeping up. That's when it feels like the pain is creeping up. So then you go off and you do something else, or I got to go, I'm really busy. You're not letting it come through because there's probably triggers waiting. That's the message that I'm getting. There's probably some triggers that are waiting, Aquarius, that are going to trigger the pain to come out. And you're trying to avoid them. You're trying to rush forward. You're trying to bypass them. And these triggers may happen in the car driving. There could be a song that comes on and you start to feel the emotion and you need to change the channel. You know what? A spirit is telling you to pull off to the side, let the song play out, and let it do what it needs to do to you. Let it do what needs allow what needs to come out to come out. Then you hit your Ace of Swords. And on the other side of your truth, now, and I feel like then you have the option. Then you have the option, you start looking out into the world. Where should I go? What path should I take? And you will leave what feels depleting to you. And you will leave it in a very positive energy, in a new beginning. You will leave it by having purged the pain. Because if you try to have a new beginning with the pain still inside you from whatever this was, you're going to attract more pain. You're going to, like, if this is a relationship, you're only going to attract those that are also in pain. Perhaps there's, like, I want to say that there could be someone that maybe you feel a connection to. You really want something to progress with this person, but it's just not. The opportunity is just never there. The universe is never letting it play out. And that could be perhaps because that person, you may feel connection. Maybe there is something there. Maybe there's a soulmate energy between the two of you. But if you are still allowing all that pain to sit inside you, and this person doesn't have the pain to purge, you're just not on that same path yet. You need to purge the pain so that you can meet up with what's really meant for you. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Aquarius, and I'm getting the stronger message now as I'm looking at the cards and allowing the energy to come through with them, is that your back, Spirit has your back here. This is only beneficial to you to allow the process to happen instead of running away from the pain, to meet the pain. Not so much meet it head on, just stop and allow it to release. Allow it to release. Give yourself the opportunity to release so that you can move forward into energy that is matching yours, that's good energy, right? So there we go, Aquarius. This is kind of what I felt drawn to do right now, is go into, the fairies. Like I said, the fairies have some really, it's old earth energy, man. The fairies have been watching us for thousands of years. They got it all figured out for us human beings. So we need to listen sometimes to the fairies in the woods. And that's it. So, yeah, there you go. See, that's good energy. Chakra's got my back. The universe has got my back. They got your back in this. And that's it. Oh, and I hope you enjoyed the editing in this video. So my 9-year-old son got a new laptop for Christmas. He's being very creative with it. And he wants to be my video editing manager. So let's see how this goes. So, give it a thumbs up if you thought he did good editing. So he's supposed to delete the part where I'm reaching forward and turning the camera on and off. There was supposed to be like Aquarius come across the screen. So let's see. Let's see. He's probably a better editor than I am. So anyways, thank you so much, Aquarius, for allowing me to do this reading. Thank you, all of you actually too, that have donated to the channel. I really appreciate that. Thank you for everyone who emails me. I can't reply to all the emails. I wish I could, but do know that I do read them all. I do read all the emails that I do get. And thank you to everyone too. I did get quite a few Aquarians who were able to get in for private readings with me. So I do look forward to doing that. One of my favorite energies is why you guys are first every week. So thanks so much, Aquarius, guys. Have a great week and do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.